GoPro Hero 9. How long this video will be, because it's gonna be a long video. It's for correr e falar. Still great, and I probably prefer this one over the Super View. Hey guys, and here we are back with another video, and today to try to find out at least if the GoPro Hero 9 is the camera that can be used as an all-in-one for your YouTube setup or whatever you want to do, vlogging and so on and so forth. And one thing that you might be wondering is, hey Robert, is that the GoPro Hero 9? Because I'm watching some noise over there and some quality that it's not as good. So can you notice any difference in the image? And of course you do, because when we get the GoPro Hero 9, like any other camera, we've got the automatic settings, and although they are great for the outside, at least in my opinion, in the inside, even with great lighting that I've got right over here, it's probably not the best scenario. But now you can see that the quality has increased, and by the end of this video I will share with you what I've changed to get the best quality possible, at least in my opinion and according to my taste in terms of colors and so on and so forth. So before we go outside, this is on the automatic mode as it comes from factory, and we're gonna do a small tour right over here so that you can see different scenarios and you can compare if you are wondering if it's good for you or not. So at this moment I've got all the lighting in my office. I've got roughly 30,000 lumens right over here when the lights are all open. So even on automatic we will probably have a good amount of quality. I'm almost sure, and I can't see well, but I'm almost sure that on the darker areas you will have some kind of noise, because the camera will try to boost the ISO, reducing the quality. But we will share and we will try to see a comparison in just a few moments. I'm going to start to shut down some lights so that you guys can see the difference, and you can see the ISO ramping up, and there it goes, and there it goes. At this moment no lights at all, and just out of curiosity, if we have some LEDs or things like that, you will have a crazy color such as this one. But to have in mind that the great advantage of having everything on automatic is that we will be able to have some sort of image, and we will go darker, but we will have all this noise on the image. And let's go a little bit darker, having in mind that in here it's almost dark, and here pitch dark. But as you can see, you can actually see some of me. Not much, but here I am. You can see something right over there. So this, I'm not sure. I will not use this kind of footage for anything, at least in real situations. But for this video, yes, I will use. You will see all this, but just a little bit of lighting from the window right over here. And as you can see, the window is barely opened, and right over there barely open, but the ISO ramping up, it will give me some image, and this is something that we can work with. And if I go close to the window, then probably the quality is a little bit, well, a lot better, I imagine. A lot of noise right over here that we can see, but this is the biggest advantage of having the automatic ISO versus a manual ISO, which we're checking out right now. But as you can see, what we are going to do is once again turn on all the lights so that I can start with the manual settings from the spot that I finish, so that you can see some kind of difference, probably right over here. As you can see, probably I've got a better image quality right over here, image quality overall improved. And if I go right over here, things that will not change is the ISO. The range is very small, between 100 and 200, so there will be no change in terms of quality no matter where I go, with the advantages and the disadvantages that we will see. Now I will start to shut down some lights, and at this moment 1 is gone, 2 and 3 are gone, 4 is gone. So immediately you will notice a big difference. At this moment, well, the image quality still is the same, I guess, but what is not the same is my face. It's not lit at all because the camera will not ramp up the ISO. And this will be a very personal decision. Either you will have to get light and have a better quality, which is my opinion, or you will sacrifice the light and have an image working, which was what happened with the ISO automatic. Now I'm just facing a little bit here on the window, and this is an image that probably I could use. I'm not really sure because I haven't seen on a computer yet, but for what I see on the screen, not bad at all, keeping the ISO at the minimum. Let's go for a darker area, and as you could see, just out of curiosity, the window is barely opened right over there, but it's enough to give me an image. Now, pitch black right over here, and this is the biggest disadvantage of having a low ISO. No image at all. Well, on the automatic we had some image. Here we don't have image at all. I will need to go to a light source somewhere right over here. We will start seeing, and I don't have the screen. Here we go. So I need to go really close to the window to have some sort of image. But if you compare this image with the image that we had on the automatic, you'll see that although it's not well lit, at least the quality is there, and this will be a choice. So here we go. And once again, the clarity that I've got from the windows, the camera does a great job because it's almost black in here, no light at all. And so we are complaining of something that works great, and this is not complaining, it's just testing out. We love technology. Let's turn on all these lights once again, just one more left, and here we are. But basically this is my favorite setup. Let's go to the outside to see this baby working. Now this is another scenario, and I don't do car reviews or nothing similar, but just to see how it goes. And actually this is a first for me with the GoPro Hero 9, and just to see how good or not. But my expectation is that the result will be good, both in sound and image quality. Talking about image quality, on the beginning of the video we saw two different kind of images, one automatic and one with my changes to have a better quality. But on the changes that I made, I forgot to activate the hyper boost for the stabilization, which does crop in a little bit, and I will share in just a few moments when we get to the destination, so that we can have a better idea, and also the different kinds of lenses, wide, ultra wide, and so on and so forth, so that we can have an idea. Now I've got the sun right on my face, curious to see how this image will look like. The sun is right in front of me, and okay, so just to give you an example, guys, on how it might look if by some reason you are doing car reviews or any other thing similar to that. And at this moment I've got the hyper boost on, so hopefully we don't get shakiness. I did try running, which you already seen that. E se for correr e falar, sim, testa-se o som e a estabilização. E a estabilização eu não sei bem se está ativa, se não, porque é o primeiro. And it was with a great results, but I haven't tried on the bike and I didn't try it on the car. Okay, so this is the automatic mode, full automatic, and this was the first mode that we had back at the office. Now I'm also recording the audio with my lapel microphone and my Zoom H1N, and I expect that I will have more wind because I didn't bring my dead cats on than I have with the GoPro. And if that's the case, I'm going to eliminate the sound from the lapel microphone. I'm just going to use the GoPro because I don't feel the need to use a lapel microphone with this camera. The audio is, in my opinion, acceptable. Actually, I would say more than acceptable. It's a great audio. But what I would like to share here, not only the audio but the image quality of the automatic mode. As you can see outside, I have no complaints at all. Everything looks, in my opinion, great. And of course I'm looking at this small screen, which by the way, in my opinion, solely only to frame the shot, not to see the quality, only when I arrive home. But you guys will have the chance to see more or less at the same time than me. High dynamic range working great, even on automatic, at least here. Greens and blues, and of course we have another mode which I'll try not to forget to show you guys, but here it is. This is a difficult shot and I wanted to come later on or earlier on, which I couldn't, to check out the sunset or the sunrise and how it would behave. This is difficult for any cameras. So I'm seeing some greens, my face is not well lit up, we will see on the manual mode, but this is it. Now one more thing that I would like to mention before we change mode is that here I'm using the hyper smooth, but when I changed to manual mode I did not enable the hyper smooth, and that means that the shot is a bit wider, as you saw on the office. So let's change that. So this is the manual mode with the changes that I already shared, or I will be sharing in just a few moments. But the thing that matters most here is that I was not using the boost, the hyper smooth boost at maximum. So this was the difference, one of the differences that you could see from the automatic and the manual mode. Now I'm going to remain still more or less in the same spot, enable it so that you can see the crop that we're going to have. And here we go, boost on. This is the maximum on hyper smooth, and basically it will enable me to do anything with great results in terms of movements. And I did try that, you already saw running, but having that in mind, here we are. The loss, of course, I forgot to mention, is a little bit of crop. Now the important thing right over here is that we are on the manual modes, and hopefully, at least what I can see right over here, is a great image quality on the screen and some really nice high dynamic range. No clouds over here, but towards the end of the video, if I don't have no clouds today. If I don't have probably on that side where the sun is, which is a tough call, but I think we can see some clouds. Once again, it's difficult to see on this screen, but once I get home we will get. And the face is not well lit, but for this kind of shot I cannot complain. I can see some green, I can see blue, I can see the clouds right over there, the blue of the sky. So the image is not completely blown away, which is normal and would be normal for any camera, such a small sensor like this. But at least on the preview, great results, which is just awesome. And besides having great results right over here, we can with manual mode also inside or indoors. Shot is really hot. And of course, if we go for an easier shot, if you want some clarity and quality, here we go. And just a great image quality, I imagine, for what I've been seeing right over here. Now let's change from the 4 modes available in terms of views. This is the super view. By the way, I disabled hyper boost so that we don't have any crop in, and we could also check if there's any movements without any movement at all. But this will be the widest angle that we will have, and as you can see right over there, quite wide, we get everything, some distortion on the image, but this is usual in this kind of shot. The sun is almost setting up and we are always on manual modes, no automatic mode. So this is the widest angle that we can get. Basically we can have everything on the frame, which is just great, especially for shots similar to this one where we want to have all the landscape right over there and show. For example, this is Praia dos Canetes, Algarve, Portugal. And now the wide angle, so a little bit less of image in frame, but still great. And I probably prefer this one over the super view because it's a little bit more balanced. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. My favorite is the one that we've been using since the beginning of the video, which is the linear. But nonetheless, it is a great option. Especially, actually, in my opinion, the best option is having 4 of them available so that we can, and I will not go too close over there, but having the 4 available is just awesome because we can just use them when necessary. and there we go. This is the wide angle. Now linear mode, which is the one, as I said, that we have been using for the whole video, and this one is the one that feels more natural to me, the things that I sense to see with my eyes. Sunset is almost there, which is always a great thing to watch, even though we have the chance to see them every single day while we are here. It's always something really beautiful. Now this is the linear modes, which we have been using since the beginning of the video, without the hyper boost on, so it's a bit wider than what we have been seeing during all the video. But this is actually my favorite one, and this one is the narrow mode. So this one will crop in a lot more, and we will have less landscape to show. Beautiful landscape nonetheless, but less landscape to show, and it's a lot more cropped in, especially compared with the super view. And as I move around, you will have the idea of what we will use. Now we are running out of light, not battery. The SD card, well, a little bit more, but the light is going. And guys, tell me what you think about it. So the sun is completely down, and we still have a little bit of clarity. Now on this angle right over here, my face looks like it's a bit dark. If I turn around, I still get some light from that side, and it looks not bad at all. We're still on the manual, no automatic mode no more. And my curiosity here is not only on the image, because it's already almost night, but more on the sound, because we've got waves right over here. And one thing that I'm impressed is with the audio quality. I once again don't feel the need to use a lapel microphone with this camera, which is just great for someone that wants to vlog and wants to give a little bit more quality of the image. Then it should look for a more brighter side. And this is one of the curiosities. Let's see how my voice sounds with the waves on the background, which are not huge waves, but we can definitely hear it really well. So this was one of the curiosities, and I was wondering if I could get to the beach, and here we are at the beach now. Almost dark, but yes, here we are. A few waves right over there, and just look around. This is Praia do Pintadinho in Algarve, Portugal. If you don't know where it is, it's a fun way, or a fun place to be. Great place to be, especially in the summer. Right now the water is a bit fresh, and the weather is a bit fresh as well. Warm during the day, but at this time it will start to get colder and colder. And while I'm talking, you are seeing some image. Okay guys, so hopefully the video was helpful in some way, and if it was, don't forget that usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.